What's going on YouTube? Awesome John 21 here, back again with another video. Today we have our Team Doctor series, which means we'll just be going through a couple of lineups and teams for a couple of minutes, and I'm just going to review what I think the lineup should be. A lot of the teams that I have so far are pretty sound. You know, the guys probably have like Mantle, Kluber, stuff like that, but I'm just going to be focusing on hitters because that's the main part. If you want to send in pitchers, then that's okay too. And all submissions, either drop them in the comments section or DM them to me at SportsGuyJohn on Twitter, or just send it to any of my platforms. Come and chat on Twitch. We stream 2 or 3 times a week, so if you want to come through for one of those, you can. So without further ado, we're going to start with our first lineup. We're going to do one in this video, and maybe we'll branch out to more as the more submissions come in. So first, we're going to go with my friend Kyle23, Kyle23YT actually. His Twitch is Kyle_23_Gaming. He's a great competition. He plays in a lot of tournaments. He beat the #1 player in the world, Pitching Rebel, in a ESL game, and he's just such a great competitor. I know him well. So here's his team right here. Let me just move my cam right here so you can see. So he's got Mantle, like I said. So left to right, he's got Larry Walker, Mickey Mantle, and Prestige Reggie Jackson. Infield, he's got Biggio at catcher. He's got Eric Thames at first, Prestige Sandberg at second, Freddie Galvis, who's he's a big fan of, at shortstop, creative player, and he's got Gary Sheffield at third. His bench, he's got Posey. That's not the Prestige. He's got Prestige Chipper Jones from the second inning program, David Ortiz, the 99 sixth inning program boss, Jim Tomei from the Indians Team Affinity, and Eric Davis, the center fielder from the Reds Stage 2 Team Affinity. So right off the bat, you can see he has an all-99 squad beside Galvis, of course, and Chipper on the bench and Eric Davis. But if he really wanted to, he could definitely have an all-99 squad. So right here, the first thing I see off the bat that I might do is definitely find a new shortstop. I mean, no shade at the creative player, because I actually did have a creative player. I am playing a creative player at short right there anyway. Except as the time rolls in, you're definitely going to want to move your creative player to either a reliever, since we're not seeing a lot of good reliever options this year, or maybe even starting pitcher, because there's not a lot of starting pitcher creative players that are easy to hit. I know my creative player starting pitcher got me to World Series recently. There's a Vladimir Guerrero debut that is currently being edited. It'll be out this week. But when I made World Series, that creative player starting pitcher was nasty for me. I gave him like a Rob Dibble motion left-handed with a sinker, two-seamer, 12-6 curve, and a slider. It was so nasty, and he just got me through like 5 innings. Then I can hand it over to like Raleigh Fingers or Roldis and Rivera, and that just like locked up the game for me. So that's how I made World Series, one of the reasons. So aside from finding a new shortstop, I think his team is relatively good. I'm going to go through the lineup right here. So he has Mantle, Larry Walker, Sheffield, Thames, Sandberg, Prestige, Reggie, his cap, and Craig Biggio. So this is very similar to my lineup. I have Mantle leading off, and then Sheffield, and then Thames, and then somebody else I can't remember, and then not Thames, Lair Bear. But I actually want to hit Lair Bear leadoff. That's what I'm going to do on this lineup. I think he should hit Lair Bear leadoff because Mickey Mantle, even though it's good to start that game off and to start your lineup off with just that good switch hitter with the best attributes in the game, even though that's good, I still think Mickey Mantle does his best work in the 3 spot, which is where he hits for me. So I'm going to switch Larry Walker. I'm going to suggest that he switches Larry Walker to the leadoff spot, and then Gary Sheffield, because I can tell he's confident with Sheffield since he has him hitting third. So I would go Lair Bear and then Gary Sheffield, and boom, that's a nice 1-2. No matter if your opponent's throwing Kluber or Hershiser, Kerry Wood, or Hal Newhouser, or Nick Lodolo, Al Leiter, you always have the matchup present. And Larry Walker's swing makes it so if he's facing a lefty, he's not completely downed. Like Reggie Jackson or David Ortiz versus a lefty, they might be down. Jim Tomei is probably down versus lefty, except not Larry Walker because of his big outward swing. So I'm definitely going to say, so the first 3, we're going to say Larry Walker, Gary Sheffield, Mickey Mantle. So this also makes it so that late in the game, your opponent can't play the matchup game. Since there's a 3-batter minimum rule starting this year, we don't want them to bring in like a Roldis in the 9th inning with the top of the lineup coming up. Then you got a lefty, a righty, and a switch hitter. which isn't terrible, but Aroldis is hard to hit. So you want to mix up your lineup with lefties and righties. I try not to hit them back to back. I like to have that lineup diversity kind of, and that's one of the reasons why I don't have my creative player there, because that's just another switch hitter. And then Prestige Reggie's actually on the bench for me. I have Gary Sheffield out in right, and then I threw in who was my third baseman? I'm lost right now. Harmon Killer was my third baseman. Yes, he's a stick. So first three, we're gonna say Lair Bear, Sheffield, and Mantle. And then fourth, I'm going to actually go right here with Thames because of how good he is. Reverse splits, so even if they try to play matchup and say Larry, Sheffield, Mantle, Thames, oh, that's a switch hitter, 2 lefties, and a righty. That's definitely matchup material. Sheffield can actually hit lefties. Mickey Mantle's better versus lefties. Sheffield is very good. Lair Bear, I don't know if I said is good versus lefties. And Thames is one of the best hitters. He has reverse splits, which means he's actually better versus his side. So he's really good versus lefties. So he might even be able to hit a couple lefties, a couple dingers maybe, late game clutch. So that's what you need. So after fifth, I'm going to say Eric Thames. I already said Eric Thames. I can't talk today for some reason. Fifth, I'm going to say Sandberg. That's a good choice. The Prestige, I have him in there. He's actually really good. Even though he's 3 ticks better than the other 99 regular, I think he's still really good, and that's a good option to have there. Sixth, Reggie Jackson Prestige. I think that's a really good option. If you really wanted to, you could switch Prestige Jackson and Larry Walker and make Prestige, and then switch it around so you can have like a power hitter lead off. So like Thames leads off. I know I did that a little bit in the last ranked season, and then Reggie hit third. Reggie Jackson's now on my bench, but that strategy worked a little bit for me. I think then he should switch up. So Reggie's hitting 6th. I think he should move Biggio up because we don't really want that. Like I said, Aroldis Chapman, so he can face Thames, Sandberg, Reggie, and his cap. So that's 2 lefties, a switch hitter, and a righty again, like I said. And Sandberg's only so good versus lefties, so you're definitely going to want to get a base runner on there for the top of the lineup to come back. So I would switch Biggio and Galvis, and I would switch them up. So that way you can have that righty and Biggio to do something, maybe hit a gapper, get on base, and then Galvis can come through. He has the 85 out there right now with maxed equipment, so he's really good. But once you get that 89 shortstop with maxed equipment, he's absolutely nasty. So that's where you're going to need that card. And then 9th, you have the pitcher. So then late game, you definitely have his options against a lefty like Billy Wagner or something. Posey's off the bench. He's very good versus lefties, maybe the best hitter versus lefties in the game. He's got Chipper, who's a beast versus lefties again. So there's his 2 lefty hitters. I like to have 2 righty hitters, 2 lefty hitters, and then a speed guy on my bench. So that's what he has too. Ortiz and Tomei are definitely good versus righties. Chipper, Posey, definitely good versus lefties. And then he has Eric Davis, a speed guy. I definitely like that. Eric Davis is a good move, especially late in the game if he wants to switch like Reggie out of there because a guy brings in Aroldis Chapman in the 8th inning and he's down 1 with 2 outs and like a runner on second. Then he probably wants to take out Reggie Jackson. And so then he can switch in Eric Davis. He can have all diamond defense in his outfield and not have that silver defense with the Prestige Reggie Jackson out there. So that's all I'm going to have for this breakdown. If you want to send me your team, like I said, Twitter, comments, Twitch, you got it. I'll drop it in the description below. Thank you to Kyle for sending me his team and for letting me do this video. I appreciate all you guys watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys later.